Okay, so welcome back. Um, I really want to get through these story missions because literally every time I log on to the MiHoYo app now, I have to really try to not look at the images that are just spoiling everything. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this intro short. Right back where we left off.
This was where Professor Anaxa gave us the lesson. I can still see that day in my mind.
And that was your last lesson in the Grove.
Now here's the funny thing though, is obviously it's been a week for you guys since my last video was uploaded, and for me it's been a week since I last recorded, so we're both at the same amount of memory.
Now,
As if you guys haven't been
each
watching
of
a
you
bunch of
will
other
head
stuff.
off on your own path. How much the Grove's teachings can help you in the real world depends on how well you can put knowledge into practice.
And also, if I sound a
However,
bit funny, my allergies are
heed
acting
this
up, so...
If you ever do anything disgraceful out there, don't ever claim you were the student of Anaxagoras, one of the Seven Sages.
Alright.
Professor Anaxa, there are still other classes scheduled on the calendar. Are you sure you didn't...
Firstly, call me Professor Anaxagoras. Secondly, to clarify, the last lesson means the last lesson I will teach you. I will be entering seclusion from today onwards to research ancient alchemy, and all my teaching activities will be put on hold.
Ah, I see. So you're saying that the lessons taught by all the other teachers aren't good enough to be considered lessons?
Yeah, that sounds like an AXA. No, that sounds about right.
All you do every day is wag that sharp tongue of yours. That's a credit deduction, fine enough IDs Elysiae. I have nothing left to say. Next.
Please wait, Professor. According to the Grove's protocols for a cohort's final class, the lecturer should take some time in that lesson to discuss the students' post-graduation aspirations with them and guide them toward a solid path. Surely you can't skip such a crucial step, Professor.
It's an AXA, I feel like.
The teaching assistant, Miss Hyacinth, is truly Professor Anaxa's nemesis.
Fine. Since Hyacinthia insists on this,
Oh wait, that's her
let's
full
go
name?
through the process. Since some of you are so eager to speak, why don't we start with you, Finan of IDs Elysiae? What is your post-graduation aspiration?
Me? Well, it's not exactly an aspiration, but the only thing I want to do is to protect the people I care about.
I see. So you want to be a hero? How boring. Next.
I
Yeah.
didn't say...
Castorus, you've been giggling for quite some time. How about you go next?
Perhaps my answer is a bit vague and meaningless, Professor Anaxagoras, but I hope the world can be freed from the agony of death, so that every living being may find calming peace.
How naive. So naive that it makes me want to weep for your fairy tale.
I don't know, she kind of accomplished in the end, Anaxa.
See, this is why I don't want to follow those outdated protocols. All I get are boring answers. Since you suggested this whole process, why don't you wrap this up, Hyacinthia? Share your aspiration with everyone, and let's see if yours stands out.
So it's finally my turn. Good thing I came prepared. My aspiration is nothing less than completing the final blank page at the end of the hero's epic.
Blank page? An interesting description. Do explain, assistant.
I've read all of Amphorius's heroic epics while studying at the Grove, and a common thread came to my attention. Almost every epic ends with a description of the hero's achievements. The few mention how the everyday people of that time lived. No one recorded the struggles and suffering the commoners endured.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That is indeed kind of how it ends up. Like, really only, like, once, like, relatively modern-ish historical record keeping came into focus that they actually started paying attention to the people a bit more. Instead of just this lord and this saint and this king.
So you're saying that, instead of legendary heroes, you're more focused on commoners living on the peripheries of historical records.
Yeah. The commoner's viewpoint is the ultimate viewpoint into how that time actually was. Because the further up you go, the more, shall we say, disconnected from the actual happenings they become.
Perhaps I'm influenced by my background. My ancestor, Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight, raised her spear against the sky and ushered in the flame-chasing era that continues to this day. Her story is told to every child descended from the Skyfolk. We have no doubts about Seliosi's greatness, yet her towering figure overshadowed every record from that entire era. What about the Day Thunder Knight's family, allies, and friends? What about the survivors and those who died in the great battles? Whenever I think about their stories by the campfire, I realize the details of those legends have been long lost. And only Seliosi's name remains. Her brilliance had become as blinding as Aquila's, lording over everything on the ground. That's why I'm glad that my era does not lack heroes. All my ancestors had was a sad past. But I have a future I want to protect. Instead of becoming a hero and ushering in a golden deluge to baptize the world anew,
I'm sorry, deluge?
I want to stay in the backline.
I'm sorry, whenever I
All
encounter
the
a new
ordinary
word, I have to
humans from
look
drowning
it
in the rising waves.
I'm sorry. What is this? Great quantity of something. Okay. Sorry, this is how I keep on my good English grade.
I wish not to return to the sky, but to walk among the masses on Earth.
Also, how I improve my
I
storytelling.
believe it's the only
Right.
way for the saga of creation to include a footnote for the everyday people in its blank page.
Oh, that's good. That's a good way to view it.
I'm getting embarrassed from remembering how I said all that. But my beliefs have never changed. Now I really have a chance to stay behind the hero's front line and realize my dream. Danny, what are you doing here?
Danny. I'm sorry. I normally only ever hear the people playing the game call him that.
You guessed it. To reach Aquila's realm in the sky, descendants of the Sky People must perform a bloodline ceremony, summon the spirits of our ancestors, and get their blessings. That's the only way for creatures on Earth to forge the rainbow bridge to the sky. And the soul of the first ancestor I want to see is here in the grove. Don't worry. I have little Ika with me. You will protect me, won't you? Good, Ika. Well, what brings you here, Danny?
I don't know, probably after you. Oh yeah, because he does keep the records, doesn't he? So that makes sense.
Right. If all goes as planned, you and Gray will be able to go home after this mission, won't you? Oh? Could it be that you too have some kind of hidden powers to make prophecies now?
Not in that sense, but he does have powers he doesn't exactly, or he hasn't exactly been using for some reason.
Nope, I didn't understand that either, little Ika.
I mean, again, this place is only really visible through the mirrors of the remembrance, so yeah, really, how real is it?
Since we've already met up, why don't you come with me, Danny? That's the dependable express guard for you. So, shall we get going? The chroma coffer is vibrating.
The chroma coffer? What the fuck is that? Oh, I guess that.
This is the divine object of the Sky People, the chroma coffer. Our ancestors dictated that when a descendant of the Sky Folk is ready to challenge Aquila again, they must first awaken the spirits of their ancestors with the chroma coffer and receive their benediction. Only after this can the chosen Sky Folk reascend to the heavens. Very prudent, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
The soul of an ancestor slumbers here. Now, I will awaken them. I am Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard, a descendant of the sky who has inherited the duty of Flame Chase. The time has come to fulfill our clan's destiny. I will join the heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky and retrieve the core flame. Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Here's the thing that, I always kind of forget this, is the core flame of Aquila is the last core flame they need to get, but there's still 4 other flame chasers that I'm assuming are all demigods, because they already have the core flames, right? But it's still 4 other flame chasers that we have yet to be introduced to, that we know are coming. So,
Who has awakened me?
I think she already said that.
It's I, Hyacinthia, a descendant of the Sky People. I apologize for interrupting your slumber. You are Lord Crispus, aren't you? I've read your story in our family tree. You were a righteous judge who vindicated many who were wrongfully accused.
I never imagined someone in this era would still remember my name.
Okay, I'm sorry, I know you're dead and all, could you speak faster?
So, our bloodline and duty have continued to this distant age.
Indeed, it has. I have awakened you in the hope of receiving your blessing, for the Flame Chase journey is nearing its perfect conclusion. And retrieving the core flame of Aquila is the final challenge the heroes will face.
I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. Because, again, like I've already stated, there's 4 other flame chasers we have yet to meet, and there's still the Flame Reaver to deal with.
Perfect conclusion. Hyacinthia, you look very young, and you do not have the bearings of a warrior who can contend with a Titan. How can you convince me that this blessing will not turn into a curse, leading a child like you to your demise?
Well, first of all, apparently, I don't know, because I don't have Hyacinth, and will not be pulling for Hyacinth. But I don't know, apparently, even though she's a healer, she can deal a fuck ton of damage.
1,000 years ago, Seliosi, who conquered the skies, left behind legends and a will, entrusting the mission to return the Sky Titan's core flame to her descendants. To people like you and me, though I'm not a warrior, I will not turn away from the mission that has flowed through our blood for 1,000 years. And I am not fighting alone. I have the strongest and most tenacious companions in the world. Amphorius is in an era brimming with heroes. The burden of retrieving Aquilus' core flame no longer rests solely on the shoulders of the chosen Skyfolk. I now wield the power of healing. I aim to mend the fissures in the sky and heal the wounds of the people. I desire to define the mission of the Skyfolk in my own terms, to conclude the vigil that has spanned millennia.
I sense resilience in your words. Not an outward resilience, but something deeper within. Receive my blessings, young Hyacinthia. May you gain wings to return to the sky via the bridge of rainbows.
I'm sorry, every time I hear the just Cynthia part of that, I get immediate flashbacks to when I was like struggling for like a month to beat Cynthia in Brilliant Diamond. I don't know why the fuck it took me so goddamn long to beat Cynthia. I think mainly because of the fact that, one, she was already the most powerful champion ever in Pokemon, and then they gave her a competitively viable team. And my team that I had built up through the entire game did not stand a chance. The team I perfectly crafted to counter all of Cynthia's stuff didn't stand a chance. Somehow, I just threw together a random fucking team and beat her. That pissed me off. That really pissed me off.
Thank you for your trust, Lord Crispus. We won't let you down. Thank you. My ancestors were all pretty strong-willed people. It won't be easy convincing them. I've run through these upcoming conversations in my head more times than I can count.
That's me with every social encounter. Like, no, I overthink so much stuff and just essentially simulate every possible instance of conversation or a situation can go in my head before making any sort of decision on anything.
Now, the next ancestor on the list. Her spirit is said to rest in the vortex of Genesis.
How the
Pity that the ceremony has to be performed in strict order. Shall we head back to Akuma together, Danny?
I'm sorry, how does your spirit come to rest in the vortex of Genesis? And also, how many of these do you have to go through, Hyacinth? I don't think Don Hung really needs to learn the secret arts of water. He does have like the High Videotter, the High Elder, the Videotter stuff, so.
Oh, I remember. I didn't expect you to keep at it this long. That's so like you, Danny. That makes sense. Bagusa was always described as a fickle titan in the myths. Since you're offering, then let me put your skills to the test, Danny. Got it. I'm counting on you, Danny.
So Don Hung is getting more powerful as well. That's great. Oh, well, we don't actually get to see it? Nope. Okay.
The vortex of Genesis. Unbelievable. Danny is full of surprises.
You haven't even seen the half of it yet.
This does feel way more disorienting than the ritual basin. Wait, is Lady Treeby here too? And who's that next to her? Oh, I think I know who that is.
Yeah. Hi.
Do you have to go already, Saifi? It's been ages since you were last in Akama. You could have taken some time to rest, and we could have caught up.
You know the thing that's really scaring me is because like, again, posted this on my channel, whatever. All of you have probably seen these images anyway, right? From the trailer of like Cypher, a doll of Tribi, and Mighty, right? What really scares me is that, at least if everything goes the same way as Aglaya, then in that little like flame chase journey thing or whatever that you can go to, where it's like all of them have the paths leading towards the center, right? When Aglaya died, her path ended. Tribi's is only one away from ending. It's like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And then Mighty's is incredibly close too.
That's alright, big sister Tribi. I've gotten used to life on the road. Staying in this bustling city actually feels off. Besides, your prize student gave me an incredibly tough mission to handle.
Cut Snowy some slack, Saifi. He's still so young, yet he's shouldering all the responsibilities Aggie left behind. Besides, Snowy's not the kind to ask for help lightly. Since he came to you, it means you're the best person for the job.
You really spoil him, big sis Tribi.
Guess I'm past the age for someone to look after me.
Saifi.
Just kidding. I get it. That deliverer boy does have a certain charisma about him. It reminds me of Aglaya in her prime.
I'm just saying this. I'm like, Mihoyo, did you really have to put because Phanon is most likely going to be in the next patch. Or no, I think it's 100% confirmed he is going to be in the next patch, is when his banner is going. Why did you have to put Phanon with all of that shit that I saw for his, like, leaked ultimate and stuff, right? Right after Cypher. Because, like, Cypher was, like, one of the characters at the very beginning that I was like, yeah, no, I'm pulling for her. Without a shadow of a doubt, I'm pulling for her. And I still am going to pull for her. But now that means I'm going to have, most likely, a lot less pulls to pull for Phanon. I mean, I do have a wallet, but I'd rather not crack that open.
Anyway, I'm about to head out.
I've been free to play all this time for
Big
Star
Sis
Rail, and I
Tribi,
want to keep it
Before
that way.
I go, got a little gift for you.
Well, didn't expect you to be so thoughtful. What's in it?
What's in it?
That's a part of the game too. If you want to see the full picture of what's inside, you'll have to wait until nightfall.
A gift with a mysterious twist? Seriously?
I mean, she's the demigod of trickery. What else did you expect?
Huh? Looks like we have company.
Lady Tribi, and this graceful lady must be Miss Cypher. I'm Hyacinthia from the Twilight Courtyard. Everyone calls me Hyacinth. Pleased to meet you.
Bright and cheery as a lamp. Well, hello there, pink child. I'm Cyphera from the long-fallen city-state of Dolos. As for the rest, it's all in the history books, so I don't need to repeat it here. So, you're from the Twilight Courtyard. Does that mean...
Yes, I'm a descendant of the Sky People, the Chrysos heir about to take over the authority of Sky.
Whoa! That's unexpected. I figured Celiosi's descendant would be, I don't know, taller, stronger.
Wow. You want to lay on a couple more insults there?
Don't judge a book by its cover, Saifi. Zinni is a master of her craft. She's the most skilled and dependable physician in all of Amborius.
Don't worry, Lady Cypher. I may not be as strong and warlike as Lady Celiosi from 1,000 years ago, but I'm confident I can carry out the mission of the Skyfolk.
All this talk about missions, you're making it sound way too serious. You've got to look out for yourself, girl. Don't push yourself too hard. I'd hate to see that cute face all scratched out by Aquila's claws.
Siphy cracking jokes? Looks like you haven't forgotten what Aggie said all those years ago.
Oh, what was that?
Anyway, I've got a mission to handle, so I'll get going. Good luck, Miss Hyacinth. And if things get tough, just let that deliverer take the lead.
Miss Cypher is in such a hurry.
Don't worry.
yeah.
She's always been like that. It's good to have her back in Akama lending a hand. Oh, well, enough about her for now. You're here because of your mission, aren't you, Cinny? It's the perfect opportunity for me to go and tuck Siphy's gift away somewhere safe. The Vortex of Genesis is all yours.
Mm-hmm. Please, listen. But here, wait. I can. No, I can't show you. Why can't I show? Oh, at least they somewhat showed the gift. Anyway, though, right? I'm just saying this. After Aglaya's death, please, MiHoYo. If you're going to kill Tribi, at least let her
I will join the
read
heroes of the prophecy.
see the
return to
picture,
sky
please.
And retrieve the core flame.
I swear to God, MiHoYo.
Ancestor, please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Child, what brings you before me? Could it be you're a descendant of the Sky People?
You see, this one talks faster.
Yes, I am Hyacinthia of the Twilight Courtyard, the successor of the Sky People's flame chase duty. You must be Gem Electra. Legend has it that during the Chrysos War, you led our people to ally with Akama and held back the Kremnoan forces. It was your victory that earned the Sky People a place in the Holy City.
Hyacinthia, you seem well versed in our clan's history. And this is the Vortex of Genesis?
Yes, how the fuck did your soul end up resting here of all places?
Look, 10 stars have already been lit. The Chrysos era's flame chase journey is nearing its end.
Are those the core flames of Fagusa and Giorios? Does that mean Hycelans and the Mountain Dwellers successfully carried out their duty? As fellow pillars of Amphorius, who would have thought that Sky's duty could only be fulfilled after 1,000 years?
It's because Sky shelters all beneath it. If it were to shatter, the world would fall apart with it. That's why Lady Aglaya made the core flame of Aquila the final step in our campaign.
Aglaya? Is she still on the flame chase journey after 1,000 years?
She was, until recently.
Unfortunately, she has recently left us. But you're right. She was indeed still guiding the Chrysos heirs forward.
Incredible. That girl actually managed to endure the merciless erosion of time. And lasted for so long. Answer me, Hyacinthia. Since you recognize me, you must have also read my writings, no?
Every record regarding my lineage is etched in my memory, including your words.
Man, I could never do that.
In that case, you're
Lore for
probably
games,
aware of the
absolutely. Off the
prophecy
top of my
I
head,
sought
I can
from a
tell you so
certain
much different shit.
Treebeos.
Different formulas in math? Fuck no, I can't remember that shit for the life of me.
Yes. At the end of the Rainbow Bridge, the Sky Folk will mend dusk and dawn. But unfortunately, no ancestor has ever been able to truly decipher its meaning.
I see. Yet, Treebeos' prophecies never fail. Perhaps you'll be the one to witness its fulfillment, child. May the prophecy lead you to a gentle fate.
Thank you,
Hopefully.
Lady Ektra. Whatever fate the prophecy holds, I'll face it head on. It's only by giving everything we have that we can truly accept any outcome with a smile. Won't you agree?
I like you, child. I wish this conversation could go on a little longer. Take my blessing, Hyacinthia.
Well, that wasn't a very...
When I first saw you, I indeed had my doubts. But your resolve has touched me. If Sky's divinity is fated to pass on, I hope it incorporates your optimism and kindness.
Your blessing is a treasure beyond measure, General. Rest well. I'll make sure your gift is put to its best use. General Ectra is so different from how the records described her. She's quite a gentle person.
Yeah, records tend to embellish some stuff.
All right.
More
Time to get back to
grand,
the grove.
more
I shouldn't
everything,
keep Danny
really.
and little Ika waiting. It went great. Your spirit water art was a huge help, Danny. What's wrong, Danny?
He's just thinking. Yeah. It seems like every single part of the Flame Chase prophecy holds not so good stuff at the end of it.
You've always been a bit of a sensitive soul, haven't you, Danny? Lady Trina deciphers countless prophecies.
I don't know, you
every
should,
day.
I don't know,
And this
his
one's just
previous
another
incarnation
reminder.
seemed like a little bit of
Don't
a,
worry too much about it.
how should I put this? Arrogant piece of shit.
Come on, Danny. Don't look so gloomy. We're gonna have to take a long trip for the final visit to the ancestors. Our final stop is Lord Mighty's home, Castrum Kremnos.
Why is one there? Of all
Right
places.
here. Lord Mighty has been fighting the Black Tide here, alone day after day. I'm worried about him.
Yeah, me too.
That means he hasn't been consumed by the Black Tide's madness yet. We're here to complete an important mission. We shouldn't interfere with this battlefield. Don't you agree, Danny? There. That sleeping spirit is my grandmother.
Why is she here?
Yes, my grandmother Jacintha was a warrior.
That makes sense.
She represented the Twilight Courtyard in the Kremnos Festival.
Thank you for explaining why she's here. The other one in the fucking how did I already forget the name? The Genesis place or whatever, right? Right? Had zero explanation of why the fuck she ended up there.
She
Of
fought
all
her way
places.
through every challenge and reached the final stage of the Kremnos Festival. She was just one step away from securing a peace treaty for the Skyfolk, but was ultimately defeated by the champion warrior of that time. I've never looked too deeply into the details of such ritualistic violence. The scroll simply described it as a glorious duel.
Yeah, that sounds like a Kremnoan description.
But behind the glorious duel was a tragic end.
Yeah, I don't think the Kremnoan saw it that
Not
way.
long after the festival, my grandmother's injuries worsened, and she passed away far from home. This prophecy tablet was left here by the Kremnoans to honor her final wish.
Oh, okay.
Her death marked the final collapse of the Twilight Courtyard, already fragile under the shadow of war. Was Lord Gradaros. Seeing him lying there, gravely wounded, bleeding out, I can't put what I felt at that moment into words.
No, that's how you tell a genuinely, like, just good person.
But when I heard
You know, like,
Lord Craterhouse took that fatal blow to protect Lady Trianne, all those tangled feelings faded away. To quote Lord Finan, Craterhouse must have done that to become a better man.
like, no, to help someone who who like hurt you in some way, that just shows a very good person. Me, I don't think I could do that. I mean, no, I could. Depends on how bad of a thing they did to me, but
You're getting better at this, Danny. In her final diary entry, my grandmother wrote that when the moment of destiny comes, a descendant of the Sky People would deliver the message of their departure to her spirit.
well,
I wonder what she'd think when the one awaking her turns out to be her beloved granddaughter.
I think we're about to find
the
out.
heroes of the prophecy to return to the sky. Sister,
Okay, yeah.
please bestow upon me your generous blessing.
Is this the world of the living? Wait. You. Could you be?
Okay, that long pause made me think, wait, am I supposed to click forward?
Grandmother, it's me. You're Hyacinthia.
Hyacinthia, my little hummingbird. Why? How? Why is it you who awakened me? I have never imagined this. I thought I would feel happy for all my ancestors when this day came, but now I can't even experience the joy of seeing you again.
Yeah.
Remember that you and Father took me to my very first skyrite when I was 8. Back then, you wanted me to pick one accessory out of 4. The sun crown representing nobility, the storm bracelet symbolizing strength, the ice ring embodying wisdom, and the radiant pendant signifying kindness. Grandmother, do you remember the one I chose?
I'm guessing the pendant?
You spoke an innocent little prayer, infusing a faint thread of light to that modest pendant.
Yeah.
Yes, and I remember how surprised you were. In all those centuries, no other child of the Sky People had ever made the same choice I did.
Hyacinthia, there was a time when I thought you were a timid child. You never had much interest in swords or battle and had no relation to that fiery determination and strength in our blood. Yet I've told myself, that's not a bad thing. If my hummingbird could live her life in kindness and optimism, then it'd be a good thing. I never thought the burden of retrieving the core flame of Aquila would fall to you.
Yeah, yeah. No, I really feel like any person would think this. Like,
Don't worry about me, Grandmother. I believe what makes someone a Skyfolk isn't just outstanding strength, but the capacity to shape the world. When the world cried out for a hero to challenge the gods 1,000 years ago, Zeliosi stepped forward and began the flame-chasing era. And now, as the flame-chase journey nears its end, this broken world is crying out for something else. Healing, isn't it poetic? A saga that spans 1,000 years began with Sky and will also end with Sky.
You're still as optimistic as ever. Just like
if
when you
anything,
were
I feel
a
like
kid.
she's the most optimistic one. Despite everything that's going on right now.
If your mind is set, Hyacinthia, then carry your resolve through to the very end. Return to the sky with my blessing, and watch over this world on the threshold of salvation.
Grandmother, thank you. But I have one last request.
So should we tell the grandmother now that if she becomes the demigod of the sky, then she'll become the next titan of the sky who gets killed in the next era? Should we say that to her now, or?
Speak, Hyacinthia. We should still have some time.
Before you go, Could you tell me the tale of the Sky Hero once more? Just like you used to.
Then listen closely, my dearest hummingbird. After all, this will be the last time. For millennia, the Titans waged relentless wars, leaving the world scarred and ravaged. A century of the Chrysos War plunged the nations into chaos and decay until a spear, fueled by mortal rage, pierced through the smoke and flames that buried the prophecy of deliverance.
Cool, why is it just a black screen? I feel like any other time we've gotten something like this has been like a nice Greek-style mosaic in the background.
Aquila, the celestial shaper, the 100-eyed divine bird crowned with the blazing sun and wielding thunder.
I guess I just ate my own words, huh? Well, what'd I say? Greek-style mosaic. What? What are the odds of me bringing that up and then immediately...
Those struck blind in 99 Eyes by Nikador, they kept one eye glaring at the children of Twilight who received divine blessing, yet turned their weapons against the gods.
Man, imagine hearing a tale as a child about godlike being blinded.
The Chrysos
by
heir of the
spears.
sky, Celiosi, the Day Thunder Knight, ascended the forbidden lands of the Eye of Twilight at dusk, clad in wings. To her left was the lion-headed Solopus the Sunlit Wings, whose roars breathed divine flames and scorched the world. To her right was the horse-bodied Lunibus, the Moonlit Plume, whose graceful steps trampled the stars in the heavens.
I've beaten both of those type of creatures several times over.
The one warrior and her two beasts challenged the ruler of the sky, determined to seize the divine core flame through plunder. The Titans' every roar summoned lightning bolts, and their every movement stirred cyclones.
Sure this isn't Zeus we're talking about here?
The wounded Titan's blood poured down like boiling rain upon the world and converged into scalding torrents.
This seems like a great children's tale here. Definitely not graphic in the slightest.
In the final moments of battle, the sunlit wings set the Titan's wings aflame, while the moonlit plume sealed the divine body. The battered hero of the sky, with her wings broken and her body covered in wounds, struggled to lift her spear and pierced the last monstrous eye. The Titan's divine body crashed to the ground, and with it, the sky tore apart like fabric, about to fall, with its god, the fear and pleas of mortals, urged the hero of the sky to rise again. Celiosi, the Day Thunder Knight, the first of the Chrysos heirs to slay a god in this world, charged into the crumbling body of Aquila with her two fearless winged companions. She merged with the Titan, holding up the sky once more, only to leave behind a powerful message for the world. My descendants will be blessed and cross the rainbow bridge back to the sky. At the end of the prophecy of Genesis, they will reclaim the core flame from my hands.
Great, so we need to kill that. Got it. A few days later.
Today's the day.
Wow, I didn't expect it to be so lively up here.
Wait, we're already doing.
Are
Hold
these
up.
people here to send off the Chrysos heirs?
We're already doing
There's
this?
Ryan. Let's go talk to him.
Hold up, we're already doing this? This is a lot sooner than I expected. Here, wait, I can show. I could show what I was talking about earlier. That is if Mem. Can I see, please? Here we go. This is what I mean, right? Aglaya's path is completely ended, right? Anaxa's is not ended yet. Phanon, Hyacinth's isn't ended. Triby is again 1 away, which scares me. And Phanon is also 1 away, which scares me. Other than them, the 2 other closest ones is Anaxa and Casterus. And yeah, we still haven't been introduced to 4. Oh my god. Ma'am, not right now. Yay! I didn't expect this to... I didn't expect us to be going to the...
I know this is a big ask, Namazune. I hope you understand.
Please don't say that, Lord Finan. It's an honor for us to be entrusted with this task.
Go then. Let's hope our concerns don't come true.
I think they are.
I hope you all return safely, my lord.
Yeah, me too. Alright, Kevin, you get to go.
There you are, partner.
I'm sorry, like, here's the thing with, like, these characters reappearing in this game, is I just see them as the characters from Honkai Impact. Like, Laucha or whatever, who I have on my team, right? I only ever call him Otto. Phanon, I struggle to remember that he's called Phanon sometimes. Like, I genuinely just think it's Kevin. And you know the really just funny thing to me anyways, is the only way I can remember that it's Phanon is that in Genshin Impact there's Paimon. I don't understand how somehow that's what makes me remember, but that's what makes me remember.
You didn't oversleep this time, did you?
You like calling me that, don't you? Oh, well, I've embraced it now. It doesn't even faze me anymore.
You sure?
Ready, comrade? If all goes according to plan, this could be the last battle where we fight at each other's side.
Yeah, somehow I kinda doubt that.
If the curse separating Amphorius from the world beyond the sky is truly Aquila's doing, then you'll be able to return home after their fall.
Yeah, one, even if we are able to, I don't think we're leaving because we want to help here. And 2, something tells me it's not going to be that simple.
That would be a problem. We'll need to get you home before Aranova. Let's leave the emotional goodbyes for later. That'll give us some time to figure out what we should be feeling at that time. Besides, when we were playing the Seal Slammers...
I never played that, so... I never played that, so don't say we. I never engaged in that, thank you very much.
That bumping seal game, didn't you teach me something back then?
No, I did not play it.
Crack the champagne at halftime to watch victory slip away.
That makes perfect sense, honestly.
The last mile is the hardest. That's from Dan Heng. Same principle, just more elegantly put.
How is popping the champagne at halftime, and watching victory fall away not elegant? I think I've proven his point.
Hey, speaking of Dan Heng, where is he?
Yeah.
He arrived before everyone else and climbed to the cliff top to wait for us.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
He's probably not keen on being the center of attention.
Yeah, that sounds
Lord
like him.
Finan, please make sure you all come back safely.
Please.
Please defeat the indifferent Eye of Twilight and restore compassionate sky to Amphorius.
Thank you all for your blessings. Rest assured, we're fully prepared.
I hope so.
But I'm not the main attraction today. Please don't hesitate to cheer for Miss Hyacinth when she arrives.
Miss Hyacinth, the chosen daughter of the sky.
The pride of the Twilight Courtyard.
She's not just the pride of Akuma, but all of Amphorius as well. And furthermore, while the Flame Chase journey is led by the Chrysos heirs, it's not just those chosen by Aglaya who contributed to it. Let's extend our gratitude to the 2 warriors of the Outlands who bravely stepped up and risked their lives for those they've never met.
Yeah, and also I would like to point out the fact that aren't we the ones who got the authority of time? It's like,
Hero, your saga will be chronicled in epics and celebrated across the New World.
Warrior from the Outlands, endowed with the might of Oryx.
Okay, so
the vanguard of deliverance.
bit too much.
After all this time, you should know when I'm just being polite and when I'm genuinely speaking from the heart. That praise was heartfelt, partner. Had I not trusted my instincts and put my faith in you and Dan Heng, it's hard to imagine what might have become of Ak. The guest of honor has arrived.
Aizen. It feels like they're setting up for emotional roller coaster here, and I don't like it. Well, no, I really like it because that's good storytelling coming. But also, I'm gonna be crying myself to sleep tonight, I feel.
They have agreed to bestow the 1,000-year mission to me, and to have me claim the core flame of Aquila. Today is the year 4,932
Fucking
of the Light
Christ.
Calendar. 1,062 years since the hero Seliosi initiated the Flame Chase journey. I, Hyacinthia of the Sky People, am prepared to lead the children of humanity back to the sky.
Why am I?
Breathe evenly. At times it suspends its breath for millennia, as though time is frozen. At other times it pants rapidly, as if poised to topple the world and our civilization in an instant.
Why am I getting, like, I forget the chapter, but the Moon chapter in Honkai Impact, I'm getting that vibe. Like, not that I played through that, but like, the just overall vibe of like trailers for that chapter, animated shorts. It's like, I feel, I don't know, something about this is giving that kind of energy, and it scares me.
Sweeping all
It
of
really
us along.
scares me.
Hyacin, as an observer, you've witnessed the return of 4 core flames. And now, it's your turn to fulfill your duty. Please, guide us into the heart of the storm as the executioner of this mission.
I'm scared.